China economy strong, building strong economy for China. Hello everyone, this is Argent, as we continue to cover the strongest country on Earth, with what will soon become the strongest economy on Earth. This is China Economy Strong. So today's we have corruption. Environmentalists investigating industrial park arrested for prostitution. That's a novel way of dealing with it. I think this shows the adaptability of the Chinese and the Sun Tzu art of war. You have to strike where your opponents don't expect you to. And the relationship between environmentalists and prostitution is a tenuous one at best, but that's what makes it so brilliant. We take an unrelated charge, but I think what really they're getting at, and this is very abstract and deep, is that environmentalists are prostituting Mother Gaia for political gain. You see, the environmentalists are prostituting Mother Gaia to the foreign devils, um, to try to hurt growth of China economy, and anyone who hurt China economy is foreign degenerate, is prostitute, or something like that. I don't know. Two volunteers from an environmental NGO investigating industrial pollution and wetland destruction caused by an industrial park in wherever were arrested for suspected prostitution by local police yesterday. Local police announced that the two were released this morning. NGO staff received a text at 8 a.m. this morning from one of the volunteers, a woman named Tian. The text said, "Please report that we are safe. The police took us to train station. We'll be in touch." Um, Zhu, a male, volunteered for whatever they're called. I don't know. Both companies were environmental NGOs. Wan and Tian, Zhu and Tian, Tian means heaven actually, were arrested yesterday around 5:30 p.m. in wherever, and were charged with suspected prostitution. Ah, prostitutes hurting China economy with environmental. Environment don't rule China. China rule environment. That's my best guess at any rate. Before her arrest, Zhu had been investigating. Let's see here. Other surrounding wetlands. The organization had been looking into this since early 2015, and we will continue our research. Let's see here. They figured out during the research that the factory had recorded their ID number, and the next day they were arrested for police. So apparently, contrary to what I've heard Republicans say, 'cause Republicans have said in America, private companies don't have their own police forces. Only the government has a police force. You shouldn't be afraid of private industry. Private industry has no control over arresting people, and yet in China, private industry has as much power to arrest people as the local government, or they just pay off the local government. So I guess this is evidence that we need more libertarianism, because if China did not have a police force, then they could not be corrupted. So you see, um, if you if you're paying the government to arrest your political opponents, that's okay. But if you're a low-level functionary in the government who's bribed to no, if a low-level functionary in your government is bribed by the private corporation, the whole government is responsible. I think that's what they're saying. I think that deserves a gong. Yeah. So Zhu said that you has been I forget what you is in X is in Chinese, has been researching the pollution levels nickel industry since May of this year, has been classified as a person of interest. Yep. Zhu has been researching this place for 7 months. Before he had rented an apartment. He planned to follow up earlier research, but his landlord had kicked him out because of pressure. So private companies in China also control where people get rent, which is a good thing. I think it is because it shows that the free market is working. It also shows that the greatest crime one can commit is to interfere with China economy. You see, these people will probably appear on the execution show. You know that show where they interview the people who have committed the worst crimes against China economy. Um, that one they will probably get the people on there because these environmentalists, with their concern for things like the complete apocalyptic destruction of the environment and the health and well-being of China people, are do not realize that this must take a backseat to China economy. You see, not dumping toxic waste from the nickel factory and local water sources decreased GDP growth rate by 0.0000001%, and that is a crime against the China economy. So yes, he said he and a local volunteer were once followed when driving around the city. They seemed like the car was trying to hit them, and as we've got over before, if you get hit by a car in China, they will kill you. A drone given to the local volunteer from the organization as a gift was also confiscated. So this just shows the efficiency of the Chinese government and private industry in China, and how entire China state organized in Confucian hierarchy to make economy stronger. So that is the brilliance of China today, and as always, I will sing us out. This is China moment, China moment. This is China's moment to shine.